Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of Rich T Racing, and welcome to a video that I have been waiting a long time to do. It is my Club 100 2021 Championship hopes, aspirations, predictions basically. Obviously I wanted to release this video earlier, but for reasons that I'm sure you're all aware of, because we didn't know what was going to happen in the championship. We didn't know when it was going to happen. We didn't know what the season was going to look like. We had ideas, but they got cancelled, they got stopped. But today, we finally got confirmation of what the season is going to look like. Fingers crossed. I don't think there's any way at this stage that it can't happen the way that it's being predicted to, because step 1, part 2 of Boris's road out of lockdown is going to happen. Like, outdoor sports is going to come back without limits on numbers, as long as it's run in a COVID secure way from the 29th of March. So Club 100 is coming back and I can't bloody wait for it. So what this is, more or less, is just me looking through, making my predictions for the championship, laying out my hopes and aspirations, and yeah, see what happens. And we'll come back to this video in November and see how much I got right. So without further ado, let's start with the actual championship itself, which we obviously got confirmed today. Hopefully on the screen now you'll be able to see the championship itself. So, and yeah, here it is. This is the SP60 championship that you're seeing right here. This is the one that is going to be on camera the most. Because basically I want to get a proper championship on camera, and this is the main championship that I'm doing. Get into that in a second. But yeah, so this is the calendar. You got 24th of April, Clay Pigeon, 15th of May, Wilton Mill, 12th of June, Lyd, 3rd of July, Gleneagles, 10th of July, Bucknell Park, only a week gap between them, 31st of July, Ella Park, which I can't do because I'm on holiday, more on that in a bit. 11th of September, Bayford Meadows, Llandau on the 18th of September, which I also can't do because of holidays, and I'll get into that in a bit. And then round off the season with Wilton Mill, Lighthouse, and Buckmore Park. Now, basically what I'm doing this year is I'm doing the SP60, that's my main championship, and then I'm also doing the Endurance Championship with my mates Jasper and Tom. Now, if you're a regular watcher of Rich T Racing, you'll know them from the Clay Pigeon BUKC video. You'll also might know Tom from the podium endurance we got last year. It was the only endurance race we managed to get in last year. We got a podium, and Tom was in the team, so he's been in 2 Rich T Racing videos, and yeah, both of them very decent drivers. I'll touch on the endurance side of it first. We're sort of entering it in a casual capacity. We're in the intermediate, so based on how I know we can perform, I reckon we could have a good year. Could we win the championship? I think we could. We came third when it was me, Derek, and Tom. We came third at Buckmore. We should have come second, but we've got a few black flags. If we can get black flags out of our racing, I reckon we could be with a shout at the championship. Depends who else is in the series, really. No way of knowing. But yeah. So with the SP60, I'm not gonna lie, I reckon I could win it. I think I'm gonna be in the championship mix. Because, and I have some evidence to prove this, number one, at Wilton Mill, I was comfortably leading. After a bit of a dodgy start, I was comfortably leading the super heavyweights. I think I had a 6-second gap on, I believe it was Richard Newton. So yeah, 6-second gap, about 3 minutes to go. And then I drove into a cart. Complete freak accident. Obviously didn't mean to do it, but it happened. So yeah, there we go. But chances are I would have won that round. So we got that. I came second. That's the trophy there. Came second. Should have won, and comfortably beat Richard Allen, who came second in the championship last year. He actually got a race victory at one point as well. Yeah, so that's what fools me got to them. That's part 1. Part 2 is a little bit more concise. I've had to go into the stats because the guy who won it last year, Alex Pritchard, wasn't at that Wilton Mill round. So I have no frame of reference in terms of actually racing him, being there at in the same event as him. But what I do have is this. I have evidence from Alpha Live, basically at Buckmore, so my best track, at Buckmore, in my race, I set a 46.3. Fastest lap I've ever done. Really fast lap. Never knew I could go that fast. Alex set I believe it was a 46.6. Here we go. He set a 46.5. Thank you, Alpha Timing. And then Richard Allen, I believe, only got a 46.9. So obviously it was the afternoon. I was in the morning, and I obviously have no idea what kind of race they were both in, whether they were fighting loads or what have you. But the fact is, I went faster than at Buckmore. I went faster than Alex Pritchard at Buckmore, who won the championship. So I've got a feeling I'm going to be up there. I'm really, really confident that on my day I can perform and I could be winning these rounds. Could I win the championship? I don't know. The main thing, however, is, and this is where I come back to my holidays. Now, the way it works is that they take your best 16 results from the season. And that means that, so each round you have 2 races, each race counts as a result. So you take the best 16, there are 22 overall, so you can drop 3 rounds. I am missing 3 rounds. I'm missing GYG, although I will be there for the endurances. I'm missing Elo because I'm away in Hungary, hopefully going to the Grand Prix. And I am not here at Clandau because I'm going to Spain, hopefully. So yeah, my 8 rounds that I'm going to be doing this year are my results. I can't afford any slip-ups because those will be my results. They will just simply be my results. That is something I've got to really focus on. Just don't make mistakes. I can't help it if I get caught up in someone else's mistake. Someone hits me. I can't help that. As long as for me, if I don't win it this year, as long as I can look back on this season and say, you know what, I barely put a foot wrong, I'll be happy, even if I don't win. If I'm doing really well and I could win, and then let's say at Rye House, for example, which is not a track I enjoy or am particularly good at, I'll be furious. I'll be absolutely furious. So I've just got to mitigate that. I've got to balance it all out. I've got to make sure I don't psych myself up too much, whilst also getting way too ahead of myself. For example, I think the early rounds will be quite telling. We're at Clay for the first one. That's going to be a logistical nightmare because I live in Kent and we're not going to be able to book a hotel. So I'm going to have to work that out. But yeah, it's going to be a great season. That's all I know for a fact. And the races we're going to, the tracks we're going to, all bangers. With the exception maybe of Bayford and Rye. But they're obviously Bayford is Club 100's local track, and Rye is just you go to Rye more for the history. The track itself, I'm not too enamoured by. But yeah, those are my hopes and aspirations for the championship. I hope that in the endurances we can have a really good season, maybe win something, maybe win a few rounds, maybe win the championship. Who knows? SP60, the one I'm focused on, the one that I'm going to be doing videos for every week, or rather, I'm going to make sure that the video for the previous round comes out before the next round. So when you see Buckmore and then, it's GYG, then Buckmore, I'm going to make sure the Buckmore video is out, or GYG video is out that week. That will probably be for the endurances because I'm 10th on the reserve list for the SP60 SHW. I should mention that as well, by the way. I'm racing in the SHW, not in there, just throw that in there. I'm never going to be heavyweight weight limit, so I doubt I'll even get below 91 kilos, which is the entry weight for the SHW. So I'll lead up to 96. And yeah, that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. Cannot bloody wait for it. And as they proved last year, we know Club 100 will absolutely deliver this year. We know the season will be fantastic, and if there are any hiccups with COVID or what have you, we know that our JV and the guys, they'll be able to work around it, and if they have to postpone a round or something, has to happen, but we'll work around it and we'll still have a banging championship season. And I hope that I can again bring it all to you, and I hope you can join me for the ride. And that brings me on to the final part of this video. If you are still watching, you're not subscribed, you want to see more Club 100 stuff, you like this kind of motorsport content, then please be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so that you know when a new video on Rich T Racing comes out. Guys, that's been the video. Thank you so much for watching. All I'll say for now is ta-ta and farewell.